What's good? What's good? I know if y'all some boxing fans like me out there, y'all enjoyed the fuck out of that fight. I don't think anybody's seen that one coming. You had fucking Teofimo coming in riding high off the victory against Loma, but a long layoff, a lot of postponements of this fight. We'll get into it all. We're gonna talk about the subset. We're gonna talk about where it leaves the division 135, 140. That both those divisions after a stunning loss, 13-1 underdog. George Kambosos Jr. out of Australia comes over, takes care of business, beats Teofimo Lopez in his house. I believe it was in New York. Crazy ass fight. I would say probably fight of the year. Thanks for tuning in here. Gold Dirty Bastards podcast and Daily Combination podcast. Gold Dirty Bastards is the umbrella, and TDC is our the way we get out our boxing views out there, get our boxing takes. Just a little segment slash podcast. I don't know if anybody's watching out there, but man, this fight was off the fucking hook. This was one of them old school knockout, drag out, slugfest, haymakers. Starting out, Teofimo definitely came out. Not respecting his opponent. You could see he was trying to swing for the fences, swinging wild, crazy, way too early. He didn't come out to box. I kind of respected in the way he came out to get the knockout. These guys do not like each other. It was bad fucking blood. You could see they definitely were not feeling each other. There was a lot of shit talking before the fights. And after the fight, it looked like they put the shit, buried the hatchet, I guess you would say, a little bit. So starting out, Teofimo came out, like I said, he was swinging for the fences. He's going crazy. He's going for the knockout. He's catching Kambosos early a little bit. He caught him a few times, but he's missing a lot. And those wild misses, they take out so much energy from you. So you could see Teofimo kind of tired himself out by swinging crazy wild shit. Did not go to the body enough in this fight. And so the first round he gets dropped. Late in the round, gets dropped with the right on the chin, and at that point I was shocked. I was watching with my father-in-law. He was fucking shocked. We were like, "Whoa, shit, we didn't see this coming." I'll go on record. I'll say I picked Teofimo to win this fight. I don't hide behind my shit. I let it be known who I picked. I'm not. I'll eat the crow if I need to. You know what I mean? But Teofimo, I said he was gonna win this fight inside of 8. And shit, I was wrong. I had seen Kambosos fight before this fight. I had seen him, I'd seen some of his footage, and he fought in these little smaller venues, in Australia. But you could see he was a brawler. He definitely brings it. I just didn't expect his chin to be so good to be able to hold up with Teofimo. And I think if Teofimo boxes smarter, it doesn't hold up. He had him rocked in the what was it, the 10th round? He rocked him really bad. He started rocking him in the 9th after he was down, but he started connecting with some power shots in the 9th, and you could tell Kambosos was feeling them. He was his legs were getting a little weak. He wasn't taking them as well as he was taking them earlier in the fight. And then 10th round he dropped him, and you thought it would be over. But for some odd reason, I guess it was just a fucking, he wanted to prove he could knock him out and try to get one of them spectacular knockouts, as opposed to just throwing the 1-2, throwing to the body, which is what got him in trouble, which got Kambosos in trouble to begin with. Teofimo just threw it all out the window and just starts throwing these crazy right hooks. Kambosos seen him coming. Even though he was hurt, he was able to avoid him. And all he had to do was throw a couple 1-2s, even just throw that jab and then throw the right hook over the top of that. And he gets him out of there easily. But I don't understand it. I didn't agree with the way he was instructed from his corner. I'm not a big fan of the father-son combo in the corner. Me personally. I seen it last week with Sean Porter, his dad and him. I thought there was some tension there, especially after the fight. But this one is like, I seen rounds where he's clearly losing. Teofimo was clearly losing, and his dad's telling him, "Oh, you got that round. Man, we don't need that shit. We need trainers who are going to call it how it is. And if anything, you need to hype your dude up. If he's down on the cards, you need to tell him you need that fucking knockout. Let's get to some comments here. No wonder he didn't want to fight Loma. Yeah, but styles make fight. Big Leo, my co-host usually, but he's out having dinner right now. Styles make fight, Leo. Make fights, Leo. And I guess, I probably would lean towards Loma in the rematch, especially now. But it could be, I don't want to make excuses for Teofimo. It could be a case of, a long time off. And he's riding that wave of fame. You could see leading up to the fight, he was kind of riding that, got a big head a little bit. He started talking real greasy to the other champions and potential opponents, talking like he's the king. He was the king at the time, but he had just got, one big victory. He was talking like he'd been in the game 10, 15 years, talking all this, I get to call shots, all this shit. And you can see, we talked about it on a couple of the TDC podcasts earlier and a couple of the GDB's podcasts, that his head was big. After that Loma win, his head got real swole real fast. And that was a red flag there. I didn't see him losing this fight, but man, that was a red flag. Going back and looking, we should have paid more attention to that. David A. Lopez choked, didn't finish him off in the 9th. Exactly. I thought it was the 10th. Maybe it was the 9th. Kambosos with the highway robbery, well deserved. I don't think it was highway robbery. I kind of thought it was a draw myself. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest though. I didn't score it. Hella. I wasn't scoring it round by round because I was just caught up in the action, and I'm not an official judge. So I was like, fuck it, I just want to enjoy this shit. It was one of those fucking slugfests. You could tell both guys hated each other, and they were swinging for the fences. They definitely both brought it. A lot of respect for Kambosos. Let's not diminish what he did here. He came in and he was a big time underdog, and he brought that shit right at Lopez all fucking night, and he didn't back down. He definitely showed fucking what he's made of. He was taking some haymakers, but he stood in there and he was able to fire back. That jab was catching Teofimo. Teofimo's jab was non-existent tonight. What happened to it? I don't know. I'm not really sure why he stopped throwing it, why he didn't throw to the body more, why he wasn't throwing to the body and then the head with combinations. I guess it's just not really his style yet. He hasn't developed that yet. I would love to see him in Reynoso's camp. I know that's the hot camp everybody says everybody should go into, but really I think it would benefit him. I want to see more defense out of him. You didn't see enough head movement tonight. You didn't see much movement at all. It wasn't crisp movement. Kambosos looked like the better boxer, throwing the jab, countering him. Teofimo had his moments for sure. And I thought it was a very close fight coming down the end when Teofimo got that knockdown in the 10th round. That really tightened it, and that's why I figured it might be a draw. It was in Teofimo's house, but Kambosos did enough to get that dub. I definitely can't argue with that decision one bit. Teofimo didn't step on it enough. I don't think his father was giving him the proper motivation in the corner. I think he should have been on his ass. Like, you know what I mean? You better start throwing to the body. You better start throwing ones and twos. You better start winning rounds as opposed to just trying to knock this dude out. I think that both him and his father are definitely a little bit too arrogant for their own good. And it showed tonight. And I don't know where he goes from here. Because as Big Leo mentioned, if he gets him in the ring with Teofimo, with Lomachenko too fast, he could take 2 L's in a row. Let's see. Big Leo has another comment here. Teofimo didn't throw punches. He was lazy. Didn't show his speed. Looked gas in 10, 11, and 12th round. Teofimo was overconfident and thought he was going to knock out the Aussie. That's big facts. We definitely agree on that, Big Leo. If it's your first time tuning in here, definitely make sure you give us a like and subscribe. It helps out with the analytics. Like I said, we do Gold Dirty Bastards is the main umbrella. We do everything there. We even talk about boxing there as well. And TDC is kind of like the, just dedicated to the MMA and boxing worlds. And we're going to run it as a segment. It was a podcast on its own, but we couldn't really work it out to get the scheduling down. So we're just going to be, for now, we're going to be having it run through a segment inside of the Gold Dirty Bastards podcast, which our normal show records. We go live either Monday or Tuesday. It's hard to work with schedules. These guys work full time. So, we go from there. We talk a lot of shit, talk a lot of sports. If you like what you see, give us a like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Drop some comments too. We definitely respond to comments. We like to engage in the chatter back and forth. Get your opinions out there. I'm gonna work on getting the StreamYard to be able to send you guys. You could just jump in live here eventually, maybe in the next couple episodes. I'm gonna work on that. Watch some YouTube videos, learn how to do that shit. Big Leo, great fight. That wasn't the same fighter that beat Lomachenko. You could definitely see that hunger, and it happens. That fame goes to their head, and we've seen it so many times. Buster Douglas to Tyson. I actually just watched a documentary on that the other day, and that shit was, eye opening. It was like the perfect storm. Buster had the perfect motivation, and sometimes that motivation is enough to just carry an average fighter over the top. So we need to see consistency out of Teofimo. We've seen the spectacular knockouts, but if those knockouts don't come, we got to see what he can do when the going gets tough. And as of right now, he failed that test because this dude was bringing it to him. Kambosos was in his face. He was hitting him with some clean ass shots all night. Teofimo definitely needs to work on the defense. Definitely needs to learn how to fight from levels. I didn't see enough head movement from him. I didn't see enough side to side. I didn't see enough anything from him defensively. Offensively, like as Big Leo mentioned, we didn't see enough output. We didn't see enough intensity. We didn't see enough hunger. Where was that fucking hunger? The dude who fought Lomachenko those first 6, 7, 8 rounds. Where was that dude at? He didn't show up tonight, as Big Leo mentioned. Big Leo sniping in the comments here. How do you know where we can catch the post-fight conference? Shit, I would say somewhere here on YouTube. It might cost me a view, but I ain't tripping. Somewhere here on YouTube, you could check it out, I'm sure. Or the Zone, I'm not sure. I cut my shit off just so I come on live because I was so fucking excited. To me, this was one of them old school fucking fights. You love it. You love it. Even though the fighter I wanted to win and thought would win lost, I still love the fight. I ain't mad at Kambosos at all. I got no hate towards dude. He brought it. He's up and coming, obviously. I think he was number 9th overall ranked coming into this fight, at least on ESPN. I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. ESPN is kind of manny. Supreme Tags. What's up, man? Tio. You had Tio winning? Or you just riding with Tio? I think it could have. This dude. Please mention Mercedes-Benz of San Francisco. Fernando Leyva is in the building. No doubt. Go check him out if you need a Mercedes-Benz. He'll take care of you, no doubt. Get you riding around some fresh shit. Just hit him up. Get you in some fly shit. Let's see what else here. What other things that I want to talk about? So getting back to what Teofimo did wrong. Lunging in. You seen it early on. He was just lunging in, throwing wild and crazy shit like, this is a type of shit you learn not to do early on. I don't really know what the fuck was going on with this dude. It was crazy though, chaotic the first couple rounds. You got the ref falling down in between right at the end of the round. You got them talking shit to each other at the end of the rounds, both in each other's face. I thought we were going to see some late fireworks after the bell, but we didn't see that almost took place. Definitely some bad blood. Kambosos' jab was official, like I said. Let's see, we got another comment here. Home Quest. And he had his left hand down, swinging too much. Yeah. Where was the defense at? I ain't seen no defense tonight. These are some major flaws that got exposed. I don't know where he goes from here. After a loss like this, it wasn't like devastating, but man, it's a real eye opener. Like I said, you can make the excuses. You can say it was a time off. I guess he tried to say it was a weight cut. That's what my other homie said. E Major. It's Major. We were talking about it in our group chat, and he was saying that Teofimo in the interview. I didn't watch the interview. He's saying in the interview that Teofimo was blaming the weight cut, and I think that's total bullshit. I mean, if you ain't feel comfortable taking the fight at that weight, the fuck you doing? You know what I mean? You could easily go up to 140. And he was already talking about going up to 140 and fighting Josh Taylor. If this is the same Teofimo that fights Josh Taylor tonight, he's taking another L. Josh Taylor would win that fight from the performance we've seen tonight. And all these fighters look a little bit tougher now. Devin Haney behind the jab, even though Haney has had trouble with his chin. If he could box smart, stay away, do just enough to keep away from Tio's power, and then Tank, if he goes out there trying to do a shootout with Tank, throwing haymakers, he's gonna go night night. I don't think his chin is good enough after seeing him get dropped by Kambosos to take Tank's best shot on the chin. I don't think he's getting up, and if he does, he might get rocked again and go night night quick. So this is an eye opening affair. I don't know about you guys, but I had Teofimo pretty much up there. I don't know if I had him on top. I think I may have said he was on top, but shit. Now it's anybody's. It's like the Wild Wild West out there. You got so much talent. 135 to 140. You got Loma. You got Teofimo. You got Devin Haney. You got Ryan Garcia, who never gets in the ring, but talks a lot of shit. But we need to see him get in the ring. You got Kome. You got who else is out there? A couple other cats. I know I'm missing some people. Yeah, he was eating that check jab and overhand all night. That overhand was tagging him too. I knew Kambosos could throw him. He was that brawler type. I just didn't know he had the power to drop Teofimo, but he definitely did. He brought that. He caught him clean. It was a clean knockdown. Dime bot right on for tuning in. Tio flat out rejected the rematch. Yet he knows he won the fight. What the fuck? See, I didn't. Man, I should have tuned in for the fucking after interviews, but it's all good. Y'all filling me in. Right on Dimebot. If you haven't subscribed, give us a like, subscribe if you can. We'd appreciate that shit. Damn. So this is Manny Teofimo. This arrogance and big headedness, man. This shit is too much, bro. Like off one win, he let it go to his head way too fucking much. There's no doubt about that. Now I had him slowly rising, but HomeQuest says now I had him slowly rising, but needed to see him rematch with a healthy Loma. Yeah, I mean, I thought that's the fight we were gonna get. We all thought it was gonna be a rematch with Loma, and we definitely didn't get it. And maybe Teofimo was shook, as Big Leo keeps reminding me. So what's next for Teofimo? We'll get to that in a minute, Leo. Hold up. One more comment here. One Life. Tio was aggressive in the first round. Yeah, I mentioned it at the beginning of this broadcast. Teofimo came out lunging in, throwing fucking haymakers, lefts and rights, everything through the whole kitchen sink, but he wasn't landing them enough. He landed a few. His bread and butter should have been the body, He should have been tiring him out. It's boxing 101. Take away the body. I didn't see him cut off the ring enough. Take away the body and the head goes. But for some reason, I guess he let Kambosos get in his head, or he got it in his own head thinking he's the shit. And he definitely came out there like an asshole, throwing like he was the fucking Mike Tyson. But Tyson had some endurance. Teofimo in the last two fights now, we definitely see the endurance is not really there. After eighth round, he's kind of gassed out. He gassed out a little bit of Loma. He had enough in the tank to finish the fight off. But we're seeing tonight and that last fight that this could be his weakness. How well does he train? What is he doing for training? Does he need to switch his manager? I would say yes. I would say get rid of Pops. Pops is maybe too much of a yes man. I don't know. I don't know. It seemed that way to me. It seemed like he was giving him bad advice. Seemed like he didn't tell him to go for the kill. He didn't say this is a close fight or you're down or you need to go out there and fuck this dude up. You need to take this fucking fight. I didn't see none of that. I didn't see enough intensity. As I said, rounds 9 and 10, he turned it on a little bit. He was tagging Kambosos. But, a real trainer is going to tell you, a real one is going to be like, you need to fucking step on the gas. You may be down on the cards. You've been knocked down. You know what I mean? Don't let this dude just coast and be like, oh, I might have this fight in the bag. You need to fucking, fight. You're down, dude. Like, you could easily be down. That's what I would tell him. What the fuck are you doing out here? You know what I mean? Settle down, throw to the body. In the 9th and the 10th, when he had him hurt, all he had to do was go to the body and throw ones and twos, and he probably would have got him out of there. But, for whatever reason, he decided I'm gonna fucking knock this dude out. I want the fucking highlight reel knockout instead of just disposing of him properly. Big Leo says he agrees with One Life. Dimebot here. Chris Algieri said it right. One fought with discipline and the other fought. Yeah, I agree. Definitely let the ego take control of the fight for him. Definitely let him get him out of his own fight. From what I've seen in Kambosos' past fights, this was his style of fight anyway. He likes to brawl, but he can box a little bit. And I didn't watch full fights. I watched pretty much like a couple rounds here and there. I didn't really scout him as well as I should have, but definitely the ego won out and cost him an L. And hopefully he learns from this because, I mean, the dude definitely got talent. We can't argue that. Teofimo has talent, but he needs to step it up. Does he have the will to get in there and work on the shit that he's deficient at, which we see tonight is defense and endurance? Does he have the heart? Is he that dog? Is he dog enough to fucking buck down and throw him in these 11th, 12th rounds? I didn't see it tonight. But is it possible? I definitely say with the right training and possibly switching management, trainers, he could definitely develop this and get better. So I'm not gonna bury him. He's definitely got power. We've seen that, but he needs to refine it a little bit, which is why I would say Reynoso would be a good fucking fit. Get him to harness some of that shit and bring it back in. To throw some punches that aren't as hard, mix it up. You don't have to throw it for the fences every fucking punch. You don't have to try to knock this dude out with every fucking punch. Big Leo 415 agrees with Dimebot. One Life, Pops needs to go. He's too much of a he talks all that shit. If you see the footage before and after fights, he talks all that shit, and you know what I mean. He, like you said, he's a distraction. One Life, I agree with you. Right on, man. Kambosos was a good counterpuncher. Yes. Excellent counterpunching, excellent jab, and good timing overall. And Teofimo, where was this? This was, as Big Leo mentioned, this was not the same Teofimo that fought Loma. The timing was bad. Everything was bad tonight. What did he come out and do? He had power, but we already knew he had power. That's nothing new. That's nothing that we found out. Everybody knows he got power. Did he show us anything else? He didn't show nothing in the arsenal. He didn't show anything that he has improved on or added to the arsenal. It looked like he regressed, if anything. And this dude, solid dude. We seen tonight he's a good fighter, but he was ranked 9th. You got other lions out there, as I mentioned, Haney, Tank, Loma still around. These guys are all gonna bring it in similar fashions. They're going to bring it. I don't know. Haney, I don't know if Haney could get in a firefight with him. So I don't know about that one. But Tank Davis, he could definitely, that while I know that would be an exciting fight, probably more exciting than this one, I think Teofimo might lose that one now going back after this fight. If it were to happen. Let's see what we got here. Dimebot, yep. Take a L as a lesson and learned. Yeah, that's what you would expect, right? But I don't know. The way this dude be talking, even after the fight, didn't really seem like he was willing to admit that he took the L. Even though I could have seen it a draw, I kind of had it a draw. But as I said, I didn't really score every single round because I was just enjoying the fuck out of this fight. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it and score round by round. But just after initial watch, not really scoring every single round, I would say probably a draw. But I am not mad at the L either because there was moments there where Teofimo could have jumped in and stole it, and he didn't. He just standed pat and was just content, like what the fuck. And I think most of it was the corner getting bad advice. Well, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Let's see here. I agree. Reynoso would make a better all-around boxer. Good boxing brings the knockout. Yeah, I definitely thought he could have got the knockout tonight, especially in round 9 and 10 when he had him hurt. He dig to the body a little bit, maybe sidestep and throw something else, but I didn't see the technical prowess was not there tonight. It was like I said, it looked like he regressed from the fight we seen against Loma. Let's see what else we got here. 13-1 favorite. If you bet on Kambosos, you cashed out big. Congrats. I didn't see that one coming. 13-1. That's a good. You put down 100, you getting back 13. Not bad at all. What do you guys think? Fight of the year? I'm gonna say I think it's out of this and Wilder and Fury. And to me, this was a little bit closer than the Wilder and Fury fight because Wilder kind of was getting bombed on towards the mid and end of that round, end of that fight. So I'm gonna give this the nod as of now. I'm gonna say this is fight of the year. From my opinion, what do you guys think? You think it's fight of the year? Do you think it's definitely top three fight of the year? It had everything. It had knockdowns. It had blood. Teofimo got a nasty cut. A knockdown by each fighter. Ebb and flow was back and forth for the most part. I mean, Kambosos kind of did take control of the mid rounds, but it was definitely back and forth. I wouldn't say Kambosos skunked him at all because he was still getting hit a little bit. So, what do y'all think? Fight of the year? Big Leo, what you think, man? Mr. Mercedes, what you think? One Life, top three for sure. What you got as number one though? I'm gonna say this is it for me. And plus, you had the upset factor, so that makes it elevated a little bit because nobody. I don't think anybody's seen Kambosos getting a win by decision in this fight. I could be wrong, but I ain't seen nobody on there. None of these chat forums talking that shit on Facebook or on IG before this fight happened. I didn't see nobody really picking Kambosos at all. Dimebot says, yep. I guess he's agreeing with the fight of the year. Upset of the year, no doubt. 13-1, cashed out. Somebody cashed the fuck out. That's for sure. Let's see. What else? What else we want to get to? Where do we go from here for what do we see here? Oh, well, hold on. Dime Boss says, yep, upset factor makes breaks. Makes it breaks it. Got you. Where do we go for here for Teofimo? What do you want to see? What do you guys want to see from Teofimo? I'm good with seeing Teofimo versus any of these other cats. Maybe he needs to take a tune-up fight before fighting one of these other 135, 140. He's probably gonna go up to 140 now. I think he will. So he really doesn't have to face Loma again because he already took the L, lost the belt, so he can go on to 140 if weight is really a problem for him, which I don't know if it is or not. I haven't paid attention that much to it, but I didn't see it being that much of a problem against Loma, but it's a problem tonight. So I'm gonna call it out on that shit. That sounds like some bullshit to me. But if he goes up to 140, do you guys think he could beat Josh Taylor? Does he take a tune-up fight or does he go straight to Josh Taylor? Does he try to get a super fight with Tank, Haney, or does he just play it cool and kind of just work on his skill? Maybe take a fight off in between. From those cuts on his eyes, he's gonna be out for a minute anyway. I would say a good 8 months, maybe 10 months. He probably won't be fighting anyway. So we'll see where Teofimo goes from here. What's next for Kambosos? Does he go after Haney? Does he go after Tank? Does he go after Ryan Garcia? Shit, sky's the limit right now. He could do the world is his. He can do whatever he wants. He's still not gonna be the A side, but he can get those big fights now. Some more big fights. Get some cash. Get his name out there in the circle. Get his name out there in the boxing circle. Get his name established. Go to build his own legacy. Because we've seen a lot from him tonight. You know, I don't think it was the best Teofimo, but that ain't his fault. He took care of fucking business. He brought it to Teofimo, and it was a fucking spectacular fight. Much respect to Kambosos. I didn't think enough of him going in, and it appears that his opponent didn't either. Teofimo took that shit lightly and was just content thinking he was going to fucking knock this dude out, fold him early, but that was not the fucking case. This type of fight gets me hyped. I don't know about y'all, but I was fucking hyped. I was yelling, screaming, hyped up for this fight. Ain't nothing like a big fucking boxing match. We cover NBA here. We cover NFL here, MMA. I wouldn't even say the lead up to a Super Bowl can compare with the big fight. This wasn't the biggest fight, but even this fight, I got amped up for this shit. So this is what we love to see on Saturday nights. We're gonna try to do some more of this coverage here of boxing Saturday nights. I can do it when I get a chance. Maybe once in a while I'll do some live reactions, but I'm not really big on that because I like to enjoy the fights and get a good understanding of what's going on. When you're broadcasting it, talking, you're kind of distracted. You get the comments and this and that. Kind of fucks with me a little bit. So if it's a fight I want to see, I don't really like to do that. But I will be trying to break down some fights afterwards, get your guys' opinion, your takes, see how the fuck you felt about the fight. What about you guys? How did you guys have this score? Did anybody score this for Teofimo? Because I didn't. The most I could do would be a draw, and I ain't mad at Kambosos getting the win. I can't dispute that at all. I don't know how you guys felt. It looks like everybody that's watching agrees that it was it should have been unanimous. I think one of the scorecards had a 115-111 though. That was a little wide. I think that was a little wide, right? I would say. One Life. He needs to move up to 140. Cutting the weight at 135 could be the reason he gates. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, if he needs, yeah, I think he might. I would say he bolts to 140. I would say he doesn't go after a rematch with Loma, at least not yet. I think he bolts to 140 and eventually takes on Josh Taylor. They're both top ranked guys anyway. We know that Bob Arum likes to keep that money in house, so I could definitely see that happening. Gas is out in later rounds. Yeah, no, there's no doubt about that. That's what I'm saying. He needs to he needs to switch it up now. It's hard for the dudes to cut off their pops, and I get it, but fuck all that. You're all gonna eat off the wins, right? You ain't gonna eat nothing off the L's, and he needs to eat and bounce back. And if pops can't adjust, if pops ain't telling you what you need to hear, you need to really take a look in the mirror and think like, is this the dude I want leading me? And I think the answer is no. I would say he needs to go elsewhere, get a little bit better technically, get a little bit better endurance. Somebody's gonna tell him like, you ain't all that, you ain't hot shit. You got one dub. You got one dub. Impressive fucking dub. But where's your humbleness? Where does all this? I'm the king of fucking. I'm fucking Tony Montana. I'm calling all the shots right now. That's the vibe I got. Like, dude, you ain't beat enough people to have that persona as of yet. To me, so I was a fan, but I had also mentioned on here, like I think I said it earlier, that we had been talking about it, me and some of my co-hosts, that we felt his head was getting big. The way he was talking in interviews, the way he was talking about not giving Loma the rematch, this and that. It was like, dude, like, I mean, he gave you the opportunity. I'm always for a rematch in a close fight. I want to see it for the most part, unless there's something better on the horizon. But you still got to get to that rematch eventually. I don't think we probably don't see a rematch between these two after he took this L, because he's already talking 140. So I think he goes to 140. Loma stays at 135. He definitely ain't going up to 140. I don't think he's built for that. I think if anything, Loma may go down to 130 or stay at 135. He'll stay at 135 more than likely, but I could see Loma actually going down to 130. He was a little bit better at that weight. He had more power there, so I that's where I see it. We got some great potential matchups we could have between all these guys if they stay at 135 to 140. As I said, the fight I would like to see as a fan would be Tank versus Teofimo, and I would probably at this point take Tank in that fight. But that's the most explosive fight. That's the fight where you're gonna get the most fireworks. So that's my take on the fight. If y'all got anything else to say, let me know. But I'm about to dip out of here. I like to keep these about 30 to 35 minutes for these fight after takes. Any other thoughts, questions, comments, any of that good shit? Let me know. We'll go from there. If not, I'm gonna pump the podcast. Gold Dirty Bastards podcast. Catch us Monday and Tuesday nights. We have couple hosts, couple guests here and there, and like I said, we talk sports of all types, but the core is NFL, 49ers, Bay Area, Warriors, NBA, and what else we kick? We kick other shit too. We kick some nerd shit. We kick like MCU. We talk about some streaming shit, Disney Plus, movies, trailers, here and there. We don't go in great detail on that shit, but we talk about it. We give our thoughts and opinions on it. I seen Ghostbusters this last week, and I was like, it was cool. I thought it would be a little better. It wasn't bad, but I thought it would be better. We're gonna talk about that on Monday night, amongst other things, some hip hop as well. So if you like, we kind of do, that's kind of our thing, is we're not really into one thing. We kind of like talking a lot of shit about a lot of different things. So we kick a little bit of everything. If you're into different things like that, fuck with us, give us a like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Let everybody know, And on that note, if you already have liked and subscribed, thank you for tuning in. And catch y'all Monday night, Tuesday night, 9:00. We go live. You want to jump in, comments, jump on in, and like I said, I'm gonna work on a link to get y'all to be able to hop in the StreamYard, which is the app we use to record, and then you could be on video as well, and we can argue, we could chat, we could chop it up, whatever. It's all love, you know what I mean? So get at us. This one says on the bottom right corner, Deadly Combination Podcast, Instagram, but we also have Gold Dirty Bastards Podcast, and that's Bastards with a Z on Instagram as well. We also have Twitter for Gold Dirty Bastards. And yeah, right on for tuning in. And I know y'all probably enjoy the fight as much as me. So catch y'all on the other side. I'm out.